Welcome to the WHHI Daily News. I'm Robyn Zimmerman. Let's begin with today's news headlines. For the second straight year, there were no guns seized at the TSA checkpoint at Hilton Head's airport, but statewide TSA agents found 79 guns during their routine screenings, up from 72 in 2021. 32 of those guns were found at Charleston International, 21 at Greenville-Spartanburg, 15 at Columbia, all up from the year before. Now, Myrtle Beach saw a drop to 10 seized guns. Now, nationally, the number of guns confiscated by TSA was up nearly 10% in 2022 to over 6,500. Well, if you have one of those decals on your car that allows you into the Beaufort County's convenience centers, the dumps, we'll take a picture of it if you want to use it with another of your cars. The county is changing its dump decal program and will send a wallet-sized plastic card to new applicants so they can more easily use more than one car to visit the convenience centers. The county says the decal system has saved taxpayers over $730,000 since being implemented in 2018. Well, Port Royal has been picked by a travel website called Cheapism that researches places based on price as one of the 50 most underrated towns in America. Their story highlights Port Royal as one of its American beauties, something town manager Van Willis likens to being the Rodney Dangerfield of municipalities. He told the Island Packet that while the town appreciates the honor, they'd rather not have everyone spreading the word because we really don't want all these people showing up in our town. Now, this story might make you sleep a little easier tonight if you live in Bluffton. The home security and safety company Safewise says Bluffton is the second safest city in South Carolina, behind only Edgefield, with a violent crime rate and property crime rate lowering every year since 2020. Port Royal is the 10th safest, with property crimes dropping from a year ago. Statewide, violent crime went up by 5%, though property crimes dropping significantly, but both rates are the highest in the South Atlantic region and higher than the national rates. According to Safewise, South Carolina reported the 6th highest rate of violent crimes and the 5th highest rate of property crime. Well, Governor McMaster wants $10 million from the state surplus to replace the state's 2 airplanes used by state agencies, colleges, and politicians. Now, the state aviation officials say that, well, the planes still have plenty of life left. And then there are some politicians who really don't think the state should own any aircraft. Well, the state owns a 9-seat King Air 350 that's 33 years old and a 6-seat King Air C90 that's 40 years old. On average, the planes are used for about 300 to 400 flights a year. And finally, with all the mega millions and Powerball excitement lately, you wouldn't blame someone for not knowing they'd won just a few $1,000s. Well, a woman in Greenville took one of her new Powerball tickets to be checked and decided to, check an old one that she'd bought in October. Turns out that second ticket won 50 grand, increased to 200 grand because she spent the extra $1 to increase the possible prize. Well, she took home the lump sum of that on that 200 grand, $138,000 after taxes. For more information on these stories and many more, please check out the media sources listed on the screen, and remember to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our website at WHHITV.com. And if you have a news story, a tip, a cool weather photo, well, you can just email it to us at news@WHHITV.com. And now let's get an update on the sports from Justin Jarrett from LowcoSports. Justin?
Hey, it's time for Last Night in the Lowco on WHHI, powered by LowcoSports.com. It was the calm before the storm last night, with just one Lowco-on-Lowco matchup taking place on the basketball court, as John Paul II swept the night from Thomas Hayward. Brady Mahoney continued her outstanding play with 17 points and 11 rebounds for her 9th straight double-double. Cameron Michael added 9 points, and Lily Termini collected 8 points, 8 boards, 4 steals, and 3 assists in a 51-12 win as the Golden Warriors improved to 10-2. JP2 is at home tonight against Patrick Henry. John Paul II's boys picked up their second victory of the season, snapping a 7-game skid with a 60-51 win over the Rebels. James Kiefer had 16 points to lead 3 Golden Warriors in double figures. Tony O'Banner scored 20 and Dietrich Schufert had 12 for Thomas Hayward. Big night of hoops in the Lowco on Friday, and Team Lowco will be out in force along with the team from WHHI, which will be at the Shark Tank to bring you a tape-delayed broadcast of Bluffton versus May River. Catch the highlights on LowcoSports.com and check out the full replay with Marcus Walsh, Kevin Libby, and the rest of the WHHI team right here. At LowcoSports, we'll also have coverage of Hilton Head Christian against Hilton Head Prep, John Paul II versus Patrick Henry, and much, much more. For LowcoSports and WHHI, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Lowco.
Great job, Justin. As always, have a great weekend. And Maria, what's in store for the weather for the next few days?
Thanks, Robyn. Yep, so taking a look ahead, it does look like we receive a bit of rain in our forecast for this weekend and going into next week. Taking a look at Saturday, however, it's going to be cooler with thick cloud coverage throughout the day, and we are going to see scattered showers throughout the evening. Hilton Head's going to have a high 55, a low of 47. Bluffton's going to have a high 56, a low of 45. And Beaufort's going to have a high 57 and a low of 46. Come Sunday, it's going to be cloudy with scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day and into the evening. Hilton Head's going to have a high of 64, a low of 53. Bluffton's going to have a high of 65, a low of 49. And Beaufort's going to have a high of 64 and a low of 50. The sunrise for this weekend is going to be at 7:23 and sunset's going to be at 5:46. Taking a look at the beach tides, Saturday high tide's going to be at 8:40 a.m. and low tide's going to be at 3:54 p.m. Then comes Sunday, high tide's going to be at 9:33 a.m. and low tide's going to be at 4:45 p.m. Taking a look a little bit into next week, Monday it's going to be partly cloudy with highs up in the 60s and lows in the 40s. Then come Tuesday, it's going to be partly cloudy again with highs in the 50s and lows are going to stay in the 40s. And then come Wednesday, it's going to be cloudy with scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day. Highs are going to go back up in the 60s and lows in the 50s. That's it for today. Let's head it back to the desk.
After the break, we'll learn more about the Jehovah's Witness organization. Stay tuned.